Hey everybody, this is Barb returning back to you, and this is my 6-week update. Here to, let's see what I can talk to you about today. Some good news and some not so great news. But let's go with some statistics. I had my duodenal switch surgery on February 17th. My highest weight was 298. And that was at the beginning of my 2-week pre-op diet. At surgery, I was 277.5. Last week I talked to you about my weight stall, which I had for about 2 to 3 weeks. And I was 263.6 last week, which was actually gain from the week before, but it probably was, I had fluids last week, a couple of liters, so that probably was why I had a weight gain. But this week I report to you at 254, which is 9.5 pounds, 9.6 actually, weight loss. So that's been awesome. Other good news has been nausea seemed to improve this week. I've been able to eat and drink a little bit more, which has probably helped with my dehydration. That's the good news. Not so great news is I woke up Sunday with this head cold that decided to eventually move down to my chest and cause coughing, and then today I was seen by my primary and diagnosed with sinus infection. So, but I'm on antibiotics now and a nasal spray, and hopefully in the next 48 hours or whatever I'll start feeling better. I did make a mistake over a couple days ago. Since everything was going so great, I decided to try an over-the-counter cold medicine, which was not a good idea because I had 2 doses of it Wednesday night and I think Thursday morning, and it really upset my stomach. It brought back the nausea. It also, caused a lot of discomfort in my stomach, and I haven't really been able to eat since yesterday. At all. So I am getting liquids in, which is good, but my stomach is just not happy. So talking to them today, they again agree not to take anything extra or new. So I'm hoping by the end of the weekend I'll be back to normal. Next week I'll be feeling better. I'm hoping the weight continues and I continue eating and drinking, and I can start exercising because it's been 6 weeks. I did talk to you guys last week about Monday. I was scheduled this coming Monday, the 3rd, April 3rd. I was scheduled for a endoscope. And the surgeon wanted to do that after he saw me in the ER last Wednesday because of the dehydration and eating issues and the nausea. We have canceled that. I talked to him this morning, and he agreed with me that, I had called him, I think, at the beginning of the week and let him know I had the cold, and he wanted me to check in, and I let him know I'm not feeling much better, and being put under on Monday, risk of pneumonia or something else that my luck will happen because I just have that kind of luck, that we're going to postpone it. I also talked about how I felt better this week, and that maybe, keep our fingers crossed, that I might be having the turnaround, and that maybe it's time that my stomach is back, it's going to be normal, and I can not have the endoscope, and I can say, woohoo, it's time that I get to enjoy this procedure, and I get to start being happy that instead of regretting this. So we're going to play it by ear. I'm going to let him know next week how I'm feeling with my sinuses, and also how my stomach's doing, and if I can, just kind of go day by day, we're gonna do that. There is a couple of things that I haven't talked about since I don't have much other than to report to you other than the cold and that this week. I want to bring up 2 problems that have happened in the last 6 weeks that I haven't really discussed. It's been kind of personal and kind of just embarrassing, so I kind of really didn't want to discuss it. But for those few of you guys who are watching these videos to see, you know, and learn from them, that I think it's only fair that I discuss them. So, one is going to be my incisions. I have not healed very well at my sites, and I'm going to show you those. I did show them on, I think, my 2-week update video. I showed you my scars and also showed you my stomach at that point. So you'll see a little less of my stomach because I'm, you know, down 44 pounds. But you'll also see, you know, that the incisions aren't that pretty. So what I can explain to you is that I talked to the surgeon and the doctors and everything, and they say that they're healing. I'm taking longer to heal, maybe because of the diabetes. Even though my sugars have been really great, I haven't still needed any insulin since surgery. But I also have not had much protein, and protein is you know, a big factor of how your surgery heals really quickly. And I'm again minimal 20 grams a day. So I you know, I'm still trying to get that, you know, up. So I'm going to show you my belly, and again, if you're not interested in seeing my scars or my belly, you may just want to like fast forward this. And again, I'm kind of embarrassed by it, but I'm going to show you. It's not the prettiest belly right now, but someday it will be. Okay, so let me stand up. Sorry, I'm in my comfy lounging clothes right now. So, so you'll probably, I don't know if I probably can't get a full body shot, but I have definitely, my bum has gone down. My belly it was wider, so it's definitely, you know, I'm thinned out here. So I definitely can feel, in my clothes are, you know, as you can see, they're getting looser, which is great. So that's, again, all that good stuff. So let me show you the bad stuff. So part of, as my sutures were healing, once the sutures actually dissolved, the cuts actually opened up. And I'll show you what I mean by that. So again, not the greatest incisions here. So this was one of the larger ones. This is, I think, where they did most of my work. And this was probably about a good, maybe ½ inch deep. And this was like twice as large. So this actually is good. But let me just tilt this down a little bit, and sorry for the lighting here. So you can see that they opened up to sores, and where they were closed, they now, and I think I have a third one, yeah, this one too. So I've been needing to watch these and take a lot of care, a lot of peroxide, a lot of cleaning of them. They've been very pussy, but the doctors feel like they didn't want, that I was doing a good job, you know, making sure that I was keeping them from getting really infected. I was keeping them clean and dry, and so they just wanted me to keep watching, which I have. But I wanted to show people, you know, not everyone's going to heal perfectly. And you'll see here, I still have quite a bit of my bruising from my injections that were 3 weeks ago. I get, you know, still got to do my hips, and I still got quite a bit of my belly to lose, but I definitely have lost, and eventually this is going to go away. I don't know when, but it will. So yeah, again, I just, you know, turn red when I have to show you that belly of mine. So that's some of the stuff that, you know, again, been privately kind of dealing with. this is actually very good. This has been 6 weeks, but it's been pretty messy. And it wasn't, I felt like it wasn't like I did anything. I did the normal, cleaning and washing of them. I felt that they were very itchy for a long time, and soon as it was like one day, the actual stitch that was holding the actual cut together just kind of like, the stitch just busted, and then I felt this wetness, and I was like, what was that? And I looked at my shirt, and I had a huge amount of yellowy kind of pus. So I think I had like an infection underneath the actual the stitch, and I didn't know, it was there until it opened up, and then when I was kind of shocked by it, and I knew it wasn't bleeding or anything. It was just, like kind of like a boil or a cyst. So I, did the normal cleaning of it, and knew I was seeing the doctor, I think a couple of days later. So I did show her my weight loss doctor, and she said, oh no, they're looking great. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, if you think these are great, all right. So I kept going with that, and week after week, they are getting better. And like I said, the size of this is like a quarter of what it was. So I just want to let people know that, I don't know if this is common that other people go through this. Maybe it's because of the diabetes, might be because of I didn't have a lot of protein in my diet for 6 weeks, so that maybe that was the reason why the healing process is a little delayed for me. But I want to mention that because it may happen. Again, if there's anything bad that's going to happen, it's going to happen to me. So just, all joking aside, I have worse luck for anything. So, if you're trying to watch videos, I'm not the video to watch for the perfect, surgery and perfect, end result, because I have a black cloud following me. What was the other? Oh, the other thing was, again, another embarrassing topic that people do talk about, but I haven't mentioned, is bowel movements. Now, the surgeon basically discusses, when he talks about the duodenal switches, he talks that you will probably have about 3 to 4 bowel movements a day. Prepared for that. I was ready for that. Again, he continues to talk to me every time I have an appointment about that, and that is not what the case is for me. It's been about 6 weeks, and I will say that I've probably had about 4 bowel movements since then. I've had a lot of dehydration, so that might be part of the factor into this, is that, but I'm on an average between 9 to 12 days between bowel movements. Sorry. Cough, cold here. And I know that that's not good. And I'm not feeling constipated. And, so it hasn't really bothered me, except mentally knowing that, other people are going a lot more commonly, and people are having diarrhea. They're having the opposite, and I'm, not going at all. I haven't had a lot of food, haven't had a lot of liquid, so again, kind of am not too concerned, but the doctor is starting to say to me it's time for me to, start using a stool softener or some kind of assistance. So I'm going to do that this week and see if it makes a difference. I am eating and drinking more this week, so I'm hoping things will get better. I don't know if I'll ever be going to the bathroom 3 to 4 times a day. I don't know if that'll even, I'm not complaining, because, there's people who don't want to be in the bathroom for that length of time. But again, I don't know if part of my nausea that I have had and stomach issues, which basically my stomach issues is a lot of tenderness and a lot of cramping, but it's been in my pouch. You know, it hasn't been below like my belly button in my, you know, lower intestines. I haven't felt like constipated. Like I think that I wouldn't feel crampy or bloated or really uncomfortable, and that hasn't happened. But I tend to go to the bathroom after I've had, like last Wednesday, I had 3 liters of fluid at the emergency room. I came home and I needed the bathroom, and and I hadn't gone again until this morning, which was 9 days. And I really pushed fluids and yesterday, and because I wasn't able to eat, I really pushed fluids all day. And it feels like when I push the fluids, I'm having a bowel movement, which, again, coincidental, maybe not, I don't know. So I'm going to continue pushing fluids every day, getting better, see if things get, more regular. Maybe not, I don't know. Maybe I'll be, happy if I, once a day is fine. But I know, going, it was almost, last week I was getting a little worried. It was almost 2 weeks, and I kept saying, I know something, and that's why they did x-rays, and they would check in for blockages and things like that. And so, because I did mention, when they do ask, I am honest to say, it's not, I just don't have any urge. There's, I do pass gas on a regular basis, and that seems to not be a problem. So I'm thinking, well, if gas is moving, then there must be bowels that should be moving, and then nothing happens. So I don't know how common that is for other people, but it's another one of those things. So again, sorry that I'm sharing this with everybody, but it is one thing that I guess you need to be prepared for, because I was prepared for one thing, and not happy that I was going to be going to the bathroom, when they talked about this procedure, and yes, you're going to be on vitamins the rest of your life, and you're going to be pooping all the time, and because your body's not going to be absorbing the fat, and so it's going to be going through you more, and preparing for all that, and then all of a sudden, not even close to that occurring right now. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna really be kicking myself in the butt when it does kick in. I don't think I have much more to report to you guys. I know there's a bunch of new people that I've seen videos on that have just had the procedure the last couple of weeks, so I'm glad that things are going really well for you. I've been watching, and glad that you haven't had to go through half of what I've gone through, and I'm really thinking at this point that next week starting, I'm going into it with a positive. Things are going to change. This is going to be a turnaround for me. I set a goal for myself. Now that I am 254, I set a goal for July 4th, which is Independence Day, that I am going to be in Wonderland, which means that I'm going to be under 200. I don't care if it's 199.8. That's my goal. It might be unrealistic to me to think that. It's a few months away, but I really have not done any effort to lose this 44 pounds, and I really want to exercise, eat well, and I think me seeing the change, especially this week, of me drinking and eating, and the stall kind of stopped, because I was on that stall for 4 weeks, and I think my body was just in this freezing mode of just, holding on to whatever it could. I really am looking forward to eating 3 meals, or 5 meals, I'm sorry, eating the 3 meals and 2 snacks, and really getting into the routine of what everyone else has been doing, and hoping that I get to start moving more, feeling better, exercising. I want to walk, I want to join the gym, all that, so that, things can progress where they should be. So I'm going to let you guys go. I hope you guys have a great weekend. And I will report back next week if something changes that I need to scope, or if not, I'm probably going to do a 2-month follow-up, which will be my 8-week instead of I think I'm going to start going every 2 weeks. If I need to report something, I will, but I am feeling that I won't need to, because I'm gonna be A-okay. Thanks for all the support, you guys, and any questions, again, just leave me a message and I'll answer them. I think that's it. All right, see ya.